Hey everyone, it's Colin here at eTrailer, and today we have a 2016 Cadillac SRX. Now it's got a 2-inch receiver on it, and we've been test fitting some hitch-mounted accessories. Right now with the eTrailer folding and tilting cargo carrier installed. I just want to go over some of the features of it with you guys and show you how it's going to interact with your Cadillac. Now having the cargo carrier installed is really a nice accessory to add, so in any times where maybe you're taking the family on vacation or maybe you're just taking out some buddies and you can't get all of your cargo in the cargo area of your Cadillac, well, that's what the cargo carrier is for. You can get all of the weather-sensitive materials inside, and then anything else like coolers, maybe hardback luggage, stuff that's going to be okay sitting outside if it happens to rain or sit in the sun. You can get on your cargo carrier, strap it down, and then you can get it with you for on your trip instead of trying to put it in the middle seats, taking up a lot of space that your passengers would want to have, or just having to choose to leave some stuff behind. Now the cargo carrier does have a 500-pound weight capacity. That's going to be more than enough to get your stuff loaded up. One thing you do want to make sure of is that you don't exceed the tongue weight rating of your hitch. Whatever that rating is, make sure you abide by the lower number between the weight capacity of the cargo carrier and the tongue weight rating of your hitch. We have this nice mesh floor on it that's going to make for very easy cleaning. Could also be used for getting some dirty cargo back home, and then if it's really muddy and nasty when you get home, you can just take a hose or a power washer and spray it off when you're done. I want to give you guys some inside storage dimensions. So if we go from inside rail to inside rail, we got 60 inches on the width, and then we got 24 inches on the length right there. That's a lot of storage space, and that should give you an idea of if some hardback stuff like coolers or luggage would fit in the cargo carrier in a certain orientation. Now, one thing that's pretty cool about this cargo carrier is that it tilts away from the vehicle. With the Cadillac, though, and how it sits, or at least with our SRX, we actually don't really have too much of a use for it. So basically, the reason we put a tilt-away feature in there is so that when your rear hatch opens, it'd be able to open all the way without unloading your cargo. So normally what we would do when we put this on other vehicles is measure the breakover point, meaning how high can we stack our cargo. I got to get the keys out, open up the trunk. So if you see me have this tape measure right here, this is simulating cargo stacked up. And then when we open up the trunk, with other vehicles, sometimes that hatch will hit the tape measure, letting us know how high we can stack our cargo. But in this case, nothing happened, so we are really good with that. But if you have a household where you got multiple vehicles, well, you can use this for that vehicle as well, and the tilt-away feature might come in handy, so I'll just show you how to use it real quick. All we do is pull these two pins and clips, and then let it tilt away like so. So if you have a vehicle where the hatch is longer and it would make contact, this will bring the angle of your cargo back away from the vehicle, allowing access to your rear hatch. Now, if you have a lot of cargo loaded, I'd highly advise getting an extra set of hands for this. But because it's just me and no cargo loaded, it's not too difficult. So replace both pins and clips. Sometimes you gotta kind of wiggle it around to get that pin all the way through. There it goes. And then make sure you replace the clips. Now with any hitch-mounted accessory, you are gonna have added length to your vehicle. So I'm going to give you guys some measurements. First, from the bumper to the outermost point, we're looking at about 41.5 inches added onto the back of our Cadillac. For our ground clearance, we're looking at about 23 inches. So that should be more than enough to avoid any bottoming out situations. I would only really worry about it if you had an aggressive driveway where your back end is going to be coming close to that ground. Now, what we can do is actually fold the carrier up to take away space added on. This will help us for tight parking spots or maybe even parking in our garage. We're just going to remove the second pin, not the top one, and then we can fold it up. And then replace that clip and pin. Might take a little bit of wiggling to get that pin all the way through. Let's try the other way. There we go. All the way through. Again, just wiggle it around. There it goes. Now we can get that clip in there. If you experience that problem at all to where the pin's not really going through, what you can do is just take a little bit of sandpaper or something, just kind of sand the edges out just in case the pin's a little big. Or you can just get a drill bit that's the same size as that opening and just kind of clean it out a little bit. A lot of times with really any cargo carrier you might experience that. Now if we measure again, bumper to the outermost point, it's about 16.5 inches. So we cut down on space. That's, like I said, ideal for tight parking spots like maybe your garage. It may mean that you can shut your garage door without removing your carrier. Now let's come down and see how it attaches to our hitch. Like I said earlier, we have a 2-inch by 2-inch hitch receiver. We have an anti-rattle bolt that is tightened down. That's taking away the shake and play from our carrier while we're traveling, so you're not going to have too much rattling, too much noise coming out of that receiver. Last thing I want to show you guys is this automatic hitch alignment tool. This is nice because what you do is take it and push it against the face of your receiver once you have your cargo carrier installed. Tighten down the 2 wing nuts up top, and that's going to make it a lot easier to line up the hitch pin hole every single time you install this in the receiver of your SRX. Well, everyone, I hope this information helped you out, but that's going to do it for our test fit of the eTrailer folding and tilting cargo carrier for our 2016 Cadillac SRX.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.